Was I supposed to stop smoking weed, Krisha, to prove that, weed doesn't addict people? In 2012, 2013, did they tell you that they were going to be doing experiments on marijuana, Newport, and other food and drug additives? I'm saying Keith Ellison, you and Barack Obama from 2003, 2004, 2949 Sheridan, 3625 Oliver were the housing crisis that I was in. And I swear to God, Michael Cooper Sr., that they used to watch us fuck through the Comcast home internet. And that Dr. Marker that they hired told me that before he retired, after he pulled the 20 teeth out of my mouth, after he put the 6 holes in my denture, after he said Michael Cooper Sr. was helping them fuck with you, Sharon. Again, Michael Cooper Sr., did you know that I said Keith and Bobby raped me from the Prince concert? Did you feel good helping them? Because remember now, when I met you, I never messed with Benny Lindsay. So did you and Benny sit around and think that my abortion could have been the one that I had with you, Michael Cooper Sr.? Because, see, I hadn't messed with Benny in 3 years at that point. I was messing with Benny when I was 17, 18. The nigga didn't take me to school, right? My boyfriend was sleeping as I had to go to school, so I walked to school. So just be clear, in case Benny Lindsay killed Shayla, that was his firstborn, or Love, Krisha's ex killed Shayla because I killed his firstborn, and they wanted me to, feel what it feels like. So I felt what it felt like to have your child taken. I felt what it felt like to have Anitria Baker. Anitria Baker, I heard, was trespassed from schools. So then I was trespassed from North Hennepin Community College, and that was when I said the Bakers, Jackie, had been doing a case study where Amy Jane Getz got an illegal signature. So I said the first case studies was out of Cooper High School, where again, 2013, 2014, Keith Ellison, Michael Favors, Michael Davis began with Michael Cooper under what I consider to be the Michael Brotherhood, where they convinced my motherfucking children, again, to help them. Similar to being like Martin Luther King. They recruited Shayla. Shayla was recruited as a 15-year-old, not knowing that she should have came home, told her mom that her dad and Jackie Baker and them were pitting her against her brother. And the reason I said they were pitting Shayla against her brother was from the day where Michael Cooper Sr. was in my home, and Michael had just started Cooper, and he had just started on the Cooper football team, and Michael asked his dad to give him a ride to football, and his dad sat on my fucking couch, 3625 Oliver, looking at my 54-inch screen as this Burger King commercial was coming on, and said, no, you could steal a bike like I used to do. When I played football and I was in high school and I had to go to football practice, I stole a bike to get there. At that moment, we started arguing because I said, motherfucker, number one, you didn't play high school football, number one, right? Because you weren't in the 9th or 10th grade, right? I met you in 8th grade coming out of Harrison, where you wasn't allowed to play football, so you're a motherfucking lie. I said you were playing football with your friends, so now you're telling my son to go steal a bike to go to fucking football? Are you serious? You sorry motherfucker? He said give Shayla a ride to Burger King. Shayla, she don't want to give you a ride to Burger King. She likes your brother better. Her and your brother are probably fucking, right, Michael Cooper Sr.? Because I said I'm not giving Shayla a ride to Burger King, right, Michael? You said, see, she likes your brother better. And I said that's when Michael Cooper Sr., in my mind, was now pitting his daughter against his son. Why? Because he was always whining to Shayla. You know how niggas do, right? If you appeal to the female emotion, then he got Shayla on his side. So I started thinking about the pinky promise me and Shayla made, right, Renee? As we was moving out of Oliver, Shayla said, pinky promised me you'll never, ever, 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 ever fuck with my dad. And since I had already decided I was never, ever, ever, ever going to be with Michael Cooper Sr., it was cool. Right? Michael wasn't there helping us move. Michael didn't give us no funds to put our stuff in storage. He didn't drive the U-Haul truck. Michael Cooper Sr. was not involved at all. So at that moment, I had already told myself I was done with Michael. We had gotten into a fight about $8 and an iPod. As we got in this fight about $8 and an iPod, and I called the police on him, right? I called the police on him because I thought he was going to reach in his pocket and pull his gun out and shoot me. Right? These are facts between me, him, and God. So you be very clear, Keith Ellison, Bobby Joe Champion, Michael Favors, Michael Davis, Michael Cooper Sr., how I feel this morning. Right, Michael? No, I don't want a butt, Andrea. I don't want fake titties, Cretia. I was quite content with being me, and I'd have been okay with me and my belongings from 3625 Oliver Keith Ellison. So Keith Ellison, you be very clear this morning. Nah, I don't want to stop smoking marijuana. I liked being high, right? I had been smoking weed and weed only since I was 14, 15. I barely fucking drank, but now I drink all the time. I said, thanks to Altavis Kirk, Pardosa Jama, and St. Stephen's, who I said, Salvation Army, remember now. I said that when me and Keenan was dealing with the Department of Human Services, and I was going to the shelter at Salvation Army, and I expected Monique Barnes to help me get Keenan back, and Monique did not help me get Keenan back. Under the policy and procedure of the Department of Human Services, that case should have been transferred to federal court. Tony R. Long should have paid off Abdi Warsame and helped me get Keenan back. But I said they didn't want me to get Keenan back because, see, at that point in time, I was doing closed doors hearings with Barack Obama. And under that hearing, I settled for $417 million. And I said Barack actually gave that grant to Keith Ellison. And as he gave that $417 million grant to Keith Ellison implemented the biggest state of Minnesota school, where again, that $417 million, if you apply through him and his Department of Human Services, like I said, Nona, if you apply through the Department of Human Services, through them, Kim Ellison, Michael Favors, and them, you get how much in welfare money now? Do they pay your rent in their private apartments that they built out of the build-a-box apartment? With that stolen $417 million, where I claim Keith said that we were now not having single homes anymore. We were all single family homes, because back in the day, under Martin Luther King, as we came here, there was no homes for black families. There was no areas for black families. Fuck being a single person. We could afford to get an apartment paying $100 as a single person, right? How much was rent back in 1939, motherfucker?